Good morning. I think it's still morning. So we just had the technical side. So I give you get a chance to talk to you about the sort of soft, warm, and fuzzy side of things as a psychologist here on campus. I'm going to dovetail a little bit out of some of the things that Dr. Warren talked about too, because you heard her and Dr. Kulik say a little bit about the importance of balance and trying to sort of manage your graduate experience, not just from an academic standpoint, but also just from a personal standpoint. There's a lot of things that, again, good and bad, that are probably going to transpire over the next few years of your life. And again, as psychologists, our role is to really try to help support all students on campus. We certainly see a lot of undergraduate students, but graduate students are a large part of our work here as well, our mission. So I'm the senior psychologist in the health center. I also teach, I'm on the graduate faculty in the psychology department, so I teach the ethics course there and also teach a number of the undergraduate courses as well, so I may interact with some of the psychology graduate students in that context. If we can go to the next slide. Okay, just a little bit about our services really quickly. So as you would imagine, actually there are, at this point, 6 full-time staff in our department as psychologists. We also have 3 interns and a chemical dependency counselor. So we're a growing department trying to meet the needs of the university in terms of mental health concerns. We really work on a lot of different initiatives. Some of them are very preventive. We do depression outreach screening every fall to try to identify depression. We do a National Alcohol Awareness Week in the spring trying to, again, identify people with substance use issues. But then a lot of our work is very reactionary, too, in the sense of somebody comes in with a concern, with a problem. Again, some of you may have mental health histories yourself that you're coming into graduate school with and are managing it and hopefully are stable and doing well. Our role then is to support you in that process. Some of you may encounter things that you would never predict or expect. And again, our role is to help in those sort of situations. Again, you see we offer individual, group, couples counseling for those of you who might be in relationships. We also do a lot of crisis intervention work. So if somebody comes in, again, in a more sort of urgent sort of fashion, we have an on-call psychologist that's available every day. We don't do 24-hour coverage, but there are 24-hour services that are listed on our website. And if you go to those or if you call the number, you can be directed to those after hours. In terms of the work that we do with students, again, the range of issues. When I got into college mental health, I thought, it's going to be a lot of students who are just homesick, freshmen who are away for the first time. I think over the 14 years I've been here, I could probably count on one hand how many homesick cases I've had, right? So college mental health today, for better or worse, it's a very challenging and interesting sort of field. So I would encourage you to take advantage of the services we offer. If you are having any academic problems, we're also there to identify and try to help you maybe figure out what's going on. For a lot of students, again, especially graduate students, you've been successful throughout your earlier academic careers in order to get here. So for some of you, you may be really challenged for the first time and really be struggling with learning in a way that perhaps you never have been. So we offer full testing services to try to help identify what some of those problems may be. Again, in terms of consultation, for those of you who may be, again, in a teaching role and an instructing role, you may have students yourself who you're noticing are having difficulties, or you may have somebody in a lab that you're working with, an undergraduate, who you're concerned with in terms of their mental health. We're also in a role to help you in those capacities as well. So you can call our office, you can talk to our on-call psychologist, and we're happy to offer some guidance in terms of identifying what's going on or how you might better work with those students. Dr. Kulik and myself work closely together sometimes on cases where maybe there's some disruption within a classroom or you don't know how to handle a situation with a student. Sometimes, in an unfortunate situation, sometimes people feel threatened or maybe feel that somebody themselves is at risk in terms of their mental health, suicidality, those sorts of issues. So we're there to address those things as well, and we work very collaboratively as a team to help support you in those processes. Lastly, just a couple things to keep in mind. Our website has been sort of revamped and there's a lot more information on there. So if you are, again, either curious or in need, please feel free to check out the website. We're part of University Health Services. We work closely with our physicians. We also have a psychiatrist that we work with. So again, it's the full complement of mental health services. And last thing just to note is the Step Up, Speak Out campaign. You will hear more and more about that. I believe you'll probably hear a little bit more about it tomorrow as well. It's an initiative on campus that was started last year just to really kind of get the information out in terms of what resources are available. And it's a very comprehensive program that's moving into its second year. So again, as a new person on campus, a new addition to our campus community, we'd really encourage you to kind of familiarize yourself with those resources and take advantage of them because we develop them to really kind of aid in that process. So again, welcome to campus. Have a good semester, and thank you for your time.